Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Timothy Adon. I am a composer by day and a gamer by night. And welcome to my first gameplay video. Now, before I continue, for those of you already subscribed to my channel, do not worry. I will be continuing my audio adventure series relatively soon. This is just something else that I am starting up. So, now, onwards. Today, we are going to play a game called Reus. This is a game where you are essentially in control of 4 giants who have the power to shape the planet. And your goal of the game? No real goal. It's a sandbox game. You get to shape how the humans develop in any way you want, either as fast as you want and make them super greedy, or as slow as you want and make them peaceful. So, let's just jump right into it. So, this game is incredibly simple in its machinations, but very complex in how it functions. And it is actually running a little bit slow at the moment, unfortunately. So you go around and you shape this planet using your various powers. The ocean giant creates oceans, the mountain giant creates mountains, forest giant creates forests, blah 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 blah. You know the drill. And once you have enough stuff developed, a little settler will come out and settle on your land. And we will do that right now so that you can see what's going on. This guy's going to come over here and create domestic animals, which in a forest biome creates chickens. And now that there are chickens, a little guy's going to come over and settle a village. So, now that I've got this game all started, I already mentioned who I am. I am Timothy Adon, and I am a composer. I write music with the intent of doing it for a living. I know that some people are probably going to think that's ridiculous. Why would you do that? Because it's fun. That's really all I got to say about that. But my end goal, the end game as it were, is to write music for video games specifically, thereby taking 2 of the things that I love the most and combining them into one cohesive unit. Playing games and writing music at the same time. And it's definitely an exciting idea for me. And, yeah, so to sum up, how I started was I took classes at the Berklee College of Music, taking online courses more specifically. And I did that for about a year, and I ended up getting my master's certificate in writing and producing. So now, officially, I am a full-fledged composer and producer. Although the producing part is not as interesting to me, although I will be doing it. I'm mostly interested in the writing part. And if you'd like samples, you can totally check out some of my alternate alternate trailer soundtracks that are also on my channel. There are like 4 of them. Alright, so we have a building to build. When the humans settle down for the first time and they start developing, they'll start asking for your help in building their wonders. And so they start off being kind of low-level wonders, like this is just a simple shrine, you know, very easy to make. And after a while, they'll develop, and then they'll start asking you to make really high-level things, you know, really big monuments. And it'll eventually get harder and harder, but, you know, there's no real rush in order to do them. It's just something that you can do, and you get benefits for doing it. So, in this case, this takes 15 wealth and 15 food. And I am 1 maximum food short and 10 wealth short. So let's get Mountain Giant over here to produce minerals. And the Ocean Giant over here to create fish. So each giant has several different abilities. Some of them you unlock later. And they all do different things based on which biome you're using it in. So like you saw earlier that I used the domesticate animals ability to create chickens in the forest biome. Well, if I do it in the ocean biome, you'll see in just a second, the Ocean Giant is going to create mackerel. And now I have plenty of food and plenty of minerals. So these are all the stats. This is food in use by the village, wealth in use, tech in use. Overall greed, blue is good, red is bad. And whether or not the danger level is high, danger is produced by dangerous animals when you eventually create them. And what that does is, if you keep it in the middle, then the greed level stops. Because the villagers are so busy dealing with dangerous animals that they don't have the time to be greedy. And then if you go to the next level, then the danger is so high that the village will eventually be destroyed, unless the village ends up destroying what it is that's hurting them with their army, if they have one. What else do I got going on here? The Druid. This requires 30 tech. So we're going to send this guy over here. Alright, and then whenever you complete a structure, you get an ambassador of that biome. So this is a forest ambassador. And what the ambassadors do is you can pick them up with your giant, and they give you either new abilities or they make some of your current abilities better. So this would give me the fruit aspect. That will give me the crystal aspect. That will give me the exotic aspect. That will give me the reaction aspect. All of the aspects make sources like chickens and agate better, and also give you the ability to upgrade them to different things. So, as an example, if I were to put the herd aspect on chickens, I could turn them into rabbits. Or if I were to put the lesser hunt aspect on the chickens, I could turn them into beavers, which then, you know, give more resources or different kinds of resources and are symbiotic with different things. Just the other thing is that, you know, if chickens are next to blueberries, they give more food. And if blueberries are next to certain kinds of other herbs, they'll give more food. And so this entire game is kind of like one big puzzle that you don't even have to solve if you don't want to. It's very nice and very calm. You know, you don't have to worry about too much. And overall, this is a very nice and calm game to play. I enjoy playing it because, you know, I like thinking games. or games that I can think in. So this is a game where, like, if I felt like messing around, like what I'm doing right now, I don't have to think about it. But if I felt like maximizing the potential of everything, then I can do that too. And then I can make an entire world of humans that are a vast empire that are probably so greedy that they're going to try and kill my giants. So, yeah, so to continue on about my musical background, I've been wanting to do something with music for a very long time. I've only been trying to get into the video game industry for the past 3 years, and most of that was education and pre-education. And before that, kind of ever since high school, I've been wanting to do something with music. And I just didn't know what until I don't remember what happened exactly, but I eventually figured out that of all the things that you could do with music, there aren't a lot of things that can actually viably support you financially. And that was kind of one of my biggest worries, is that I wanted to do something with music, but I didn't want to have to hold 3 jobs in order to do it. And that kind of left out being a teacher, and it left out being a performer, because in order to be a performer, you basically have to be, one of the best on the planet. And I'm good, but I'm not that good. So it took me a little while, and I think my parents bought me this this notation software so I could write music quickly and not have to do it on paper. And it had these MIDI sounds attached to it, so you can kind of hear what it was that you were playing or writing. And they were some pretty bad MIDI sounds, but it was still really fun for me. And after a while of trying that, and after a lot of playing Halo and listening to really awesome video game music, something happened, or somebody mentioned something, and eventually figured out that writing music for video games not only can be very fun and very productive and do exactly what it is that I want to do, but it's also financially viable. And on top of that, I get to work with video games. I mean, I love video games. And, having the ability to create having the ability to be a part of the creation process for something like this just it makes me excited. And so in the end, that is what I want to do. I want to write music for video games and movies too, if they come along. And I even do a lot of sound design. I can create sound effects. I have the software for it. I even have a video about the software that I use to create sound effects, because I just have so much fun doing it. And I enjoy it immensely. Spending a little bit too much time on this village. Not that that matters too much. I just want only 14? Come on. Alright, so I think that is all the time I have today. I will, for those of you that are interested in my audio adventures, go ahead and check them out. I will be continuing that shortly. And, yeah. So I've got my audio adventures, and I've got my alternate trailers. Check them all out, and give me suggestions, give me critique, ask me questions. All of those things. I welcome any and all conversational material. So with that, I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.